we're gonna make the eyes. So this isn't an exact pattern. This is just a method. This is something that I don't know. I worked all day on this trying to figure out how to make it look good, and this is kind of what I came up with. Okay, I'm gonna start with the white. This is the whites of their eyes, and again, you can use whatever color you want. What I did, I started with the white and I did a magic loop. Okay, so let's go ahead and make our magic loop, and I am using the smaller hook and a thinner yarn. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to chain one to lock that in, and then I'm going to do 6 single crochets into my magic loop. So that's 2, finishing 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then I'm going to close that up, and that smaller hook sure does make a difference. And I'm going to attach it with a slip stitch to the first single crochet that I did. Okay, see that? Really tiny. This is an eye, of course, so of course it's going to be tiny. Then I'm going to leave a little bit of a tail because I'm going to use that to tie it to the face later on. So make sure that it's a good enough length. Let me grab some scissors and I'm going to cut it. Okay, and go ahead and make a second one. All right, and I'll meet you after you've completed the second one. All right, so I now have these tiny little whites of the eyes. Okay, so see how I'm using a smaller hook made it smaller. So don't forget, you can use buttons or you can just sew it directly on. The choice is yours. I'm just giving you a different alternative. So these are circles, and we're going to go ahead and do this part here, the black part of the eye. Again, you can choose a different color. It's totally up to you. Whoop, where's my guide? Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with the next round. Again, using the same smaller hook. I'm going to start in any single crochet here, in any one. I'm going to insert my hook. And again, I'm going to leave this tail. I want it a little bit longer because I want to be able to tie it to the face after. And so I'm going to pull it through the single crochet here. Okay. And I'm going to do a chain 1. That is not going to count as a stitch. That's just going to anchor it. Then in the same stitch, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do 2 single crochets in that same stitch. And I'm not going to crochet over my tails because I need them. Okay, I usually like to crochet over my tails. Okay, now here's the secret. I tried making this a few different ways. I tried making it round and I didn't like the way it looked. I preferred a more teardrop look. So here's what we're going to do next. In the next stitch, I'm going to go ahead and do 2 half double crochets in the next one, okay? And then in the next single crochet, I'm going to do double crochet, 2 of them in there. Here's one. It's hard because the hook is really small and I'm not used to using such a small hook. Okay, and here's my second one. All right. So far, we've got 2 single crochets, 2 half doubles, and 2 doubles. Okay. Now in the next one, we're going to go ahead and do 2 doubles in the next single crochet right in here. And I leave my struggles in because I want you to see that it's not always easy, not even if you've been doing this for a long time, and that struggling can sometimes be part of the process, and it's all good. Okay, so then in the next one, I'm going to skip the knot here. In the next one, I'm going to do 2 half doubles. Okay, and then in the very last one, I'm going to do 2 singles. And I'm going to join it with a slip stitch to the top here. And my yarn split, so I'm going to go ahead and try that again. Stuff happens to all of us. Okay, so I'm just getting ready to cut it off anyway. So again, I want to have a large enough strand so that I can use it to tie off. Now you see how that made kind of like a tear shaped? You see that? It's not perfectly round. So that's what I did over here. It's not perfectly round. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and make the second one. Okay, so now we have made 2 eyes and we are going to go ahead and attach them. I hope this was helpful and I will see you next time. Te veo. Bye.